bigger than the box. Just some big birds. Well, he's in there. Get off the water fell.
Can't count them on top of each other.
They are, aren't they?
2,
Get him.
3, 4, 5. Jeez.
Should go get one more in there. I don't know if we're gonna have enough room. These freaking chickens.
They're huge. Give them a second to settle down.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 left. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them's roosters. We need to put one more hen in that one. Come here, you tasty critter.
If they would scoot a little.
Hello. Ouch.
Sorry.
There.
Woo!
Come here, Tub.
Jeez. Move down this way.
You think I was killing him?
You would think so. Oh my gosh. We're not hurting them. Whew.
3 left.
We're not hurting you.
Not yet. There we go. There we go.
Jeez.
Whew, here we got them
Hello?
all. Yeah, that's all of them.
Okay.
This one might be heavier than the other.
I think so.
Look at all that. Look at that. That right there looks disgusting, but it's chicken feet, gizzards, livers, necks, backs, all that. So we're gonna pick through the meat once we get all the bones and meat out of this.
Look at that rich broth.
That broth is gonna be, actually I already tasted it, so I know how it tastes. Actually gonna have a fairly good bit of meat in there too, actually. I can't remember exactly how much meat we put in this weight wise, but this has been on since 2 o'clock ish yesterday, and right now it's 12:30, so 22 and a half, 23 hours. Set on 225 on our cooker just to render down the broth from our chickens that you see me box up. Of course, that was Friday morning. You see me putting them in the crates. And then now we're...
And that wasn't even
finishing.
all of the...
Yeah, this isn't all of it. We got another pack of, I don't know, like there's like 17 more pounds, I'm thinking. 12 pounds, 17 pounds of chicken backs and stuff that wouldn't fit in here that we didn't use yet. Or maybe that's what we used and we got, I can't remember. There was a lot. I think total we brought home 111.7 pounds of meat we brought home, including this. That would include the meat that we're digging out of here. Of course, that meat, we'll pick it off the bone. We'll pick through that and can that meat. And Right now we're just gonna jar the broth up.
Look how rich. I just can't believe how
So I'm about
yellow and rich.
yeah. And trust me, that broth is really, really good broth.
And we put nothing extra in with it.
Nope, it's just 100% pure chicken and water. Of course, we have a well here, so it's well water. I don't know, I'm sure it'd probably be alright if you had city water. I don't know. I don't like city water. It's disgusting. That's what they have at work. I don't drink the water. I take my own.
But you had said about putting other
I thought about
flavoring.
I thought about putting some garlic pepper in it that we buy off of the guy that's local. It's grown local and processed local. So the pepper's not naturally. Right, no peppercorn trees growing in the mountains. But the garlic's grown local, and his son does it. I can't remember the name of that farm,
No, we didn't.
but we never. And we talked about putting carrot tops in there too, because we just pulled a bunch. Well, I shouldn't say we. She just pulled a bunch of carrots and processed them. And I thought about throwing them in there, but we never. And I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't now.
Yeah.
I'm glad she talked me out of it, because that.
Well, I
broth-
wanted to see how just by itself with just the chicken, our chickens and their legs and bones and
Just their feet, not their legs.
well, whatever. We'll eat the legs later. But how rich it would be just on its own.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, you can see that's some really,
Yeah.
really, really rich.
And even the people that butchered for us
Yeah, that Amish
Said-
family butchered for us, saying about how healthy they're.
and how rich our broth was going to be.
Yeah, that Amish lady said that's going to make some really nice rich broth. Where's the lid? Is this the lid?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'll put the lid on this because there's meat in there. And I don't want it to get cold until we get it processed. But right now we're going to jar up. We're going to jar up the broth and put it in the pressure canner. I'm not sure how long the can's for. It doesn't can very long, but the meat will actually process. It'll take this a good while to can. This shouldn't take long. I think it's like 10 minutes or something once we put it in there, but I can't remember for sure. We'll look back at that. But we'll go through all of the chicken once we get everything done. Yesterday we got back from the farmer's market. We started this and we shrink wrapped everything, vacuum sealed everything, so we know what we got. We'll show it to you here shortly. So stick around, you'll find out what all we get out of 19 meat burgers. So little Miss Fingers here is picking the meat off the bones.
itty bitty bones.
That's what we just dug out. That's the bones. And that's the meat. But she's eating as much as she's putting away. She's putting it away, but not away. She's putting it away in her belly, which is fine.
Good stuff.
It's all good.
I'd never tasted one that good before.
Yes.
Yes. So I might take nibbles here, nibbles there.
She done 8 nibbles. She done 8.
It's so tender. I mean, how can you not? It just slips in your mouth.
And the sad thing is that she just had 2 eggs and some sausage like half an hour ago.
What?
Yeah, you. Little Miss Fingers.
This just slides right down like
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see, I was gonna make
you still are.
I'm gonna make. So for supper tonight, I'm gonna make me some lamb chops, and she's not getting any because she won't be hungry. She'll be filled up on chicken, so that means I get all the lamb. But anyways, I digress. So we have one canner on. It's getting ready to. Once it starts steaming, it takes 25 minutes for broth. Then we'll have probably. I don't know if we'll have quite another canner full of broth in this or not. And I don't have a clue how much meat we're going to end up with, but so we're probably going to, once we get through this, once I get the other canner of jars of broth on, I'll get that other bag of meat, backs and necks and gizzards and whatnot out of the refrigerator and stick them in the,
Get them cooking.
get them cooking down. And tomorrow evening when I get home from work, we'll finish canning everything up. So we'll do the meat. We'll just do all the meat at the same time. That way we ain't got to run the canner for a couple quarts. So Friday morning they woke up crowing, and Friday by noon they were in the refrigerator. So this is what they got. These are 19 chickens that we butchered. Well, we didn't butcher, that we took to a butcher on Friday morning. We had to be there at 9. They were done. We were back home by 11, and we got to watch them and see them process the meat. We took them to a local Amish family. Really nice family. Had a couple of young kids there that was helping them process. They were in awe about how healthy our chickens looked when they saw them. First thing they mentioned was their feet. Then they mentioned their gizzards when they were cleaning them up, how healthy they looked compared to most they see. So we had 19. We bought 20. One of them died. We got a free one, and the free one is a rooster that's down there in the egg layers. It's not a meat bird. I mean, it may end up being a meat bird. He's a jerk, you know this. So we took the smallest ones and made them wholes. Then we took the second smallest bunches and made them halves. Then we just pieced out the big ones. So the halves, the biggest half we have is 2 pounds and 13 ounces. And the biggest whole bird we have is 4 pounds and 15 ounces. The biggest breast that we got, and just the breast, nothing, just the breast, is 2 pounds 6 ounces is the biggest breast, and that's big for a chicken breast. I mean, I don't know which one it is for sure, but the breasts are,
That one there.
yeah, that's a pretty big breast. That's just chicken breast, nothing else. I mean, it's got skin on, bone in, but that's still a big breast.
That will make for a nice meal.
That will make for, yeah. And the chicken halves are huge. That
Yeah,
one
that's a
that one
half.
there's right at 3 pounds. I mean, that's a pretty big half.
Yeah, that's not a whole one.
No, the whole ones are, you know. Yeah, so we did all right. We got a total, so far we got 14 jars of broth. We got more rendering down. We got probably 4 quarts of meat from the chicken necks and the feet and the gizzard, livers, all that stuff that most people just throw away. We kept that while we were there. And we got probably 4 quarts roughly out of what we did so far, and then we put another, I think over 7 or 8 pounds in that last bag we just put in the roaster a little bit ago. So we'll probably get 7 more quarts of broth, and I would guess we'll get 6 to 7 quarts of meat out of it. Then we'll can that meat. We had our total weight that we brought home was 111.7 pounds out of 19 birds. This right here is 87.2 pounds of meat right here, and we rendered down the rest. So we'll have a lot more meals out of it than just chicken. We'll have whatever we make with the broth, noodles, or whatever. To process this, they only charged us $43.85, which was ridiculous. I gave them $50 and told them to keep the change, and you'd have thought I'd have gave them $1 million. I didn't think that was too bad. We have a total of, we counted it out. We figured we have $3.10 a pound in the meat, and that's not counting the broth and the canned meat that we'll get. So that might actually drive the price of these down a little bit. But that doesn't count our labor. That's just to feed and find the chickens and get them processed. So I think we did all right for our first time doing them. I'm happy with where the price point is. Like I said, I don't count our labor. It took us probably 15 minutes a day. Literally, that's all it took us to raise these birds. So 15 minutes a day for 9 weeks outside. They were in the house for 3 weeks in a brooder. That took you a couple seconds a day to do that. So in all honesty, we did pretty well on these for where we are with them. We got a lot of chicken. This will definitely help us through the winter. A lot of meals there for us.
Whole chicken, half chicken, breast, legs, thighs.
Yeah, some of these and wings.
Chicken wings.
Yeah. Some of these legs. I mean, look how big the legs are on some of them chickens. You don't get chicken legs like that in the store.
And we know how these was raised.
We know how exactly.
What they ate.
We've seen these from the second day they were hatched until now. We've seen them the whole way through. So they moved them every day. Yeah, we moved them every day. It only took a couple minutes to move them. And I'd get up in the mornings and feed them and open the door and let them out so they would be out running around throughout the day. And then when I get home from work, I would move the chicken tractor in the fence, which would take literally 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most per day. That would be counting her time to get down and make sure they was watered and whatnot through the day when she would get down and check on them. So we ain't like we had a lot of time in them, really, we didn't. And they were really easy to raise. We'll definitely raise more next year. Will we raise more than this many? I don't know, maybe. We may raise more than this. I was thinking about doing 2 batches next year, but I'm not sure we're gonna do 2 batches. This is a lot of meat. But anyways, I think it's gonna wrap it up. I'll do a short video on exactly how much we get chicken broth and canned meat out of this. But right now, these were in the fridge until just now. We took them out of the refrigerator, brought them in the house. And the reason that is, it's been about 48 hours. So you don't want to take the chickens when you first bring them home and throw them right in the freezer. You gotta make sure rigor mortis. You gotta make sure the rigor mortis is out of them before you throw them in the freezer, or they'll be tough. And I know our rooster we butchered. Everybody said how tough he was going to be. Heck, that was the most tender chicken I ever raised. But we did it like this. We left it out in the refrigerator for 2 days before we put them in the freezer. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. If you liked it, please like and share with your friends and family. If you learned something, if you got any questions on how we raised them, any advice or whatever, I'll do the best I can. Just like I said, it's the first time we ever raised meat birds. They were by far easier than egg layers that we want. So, till then again, take care, God bless.